Empire architects. Ferdinand Porsche made one decision that built two automotive empires. While every major manufacturer chased bigger engines and luxury features, he bet everything on a rear-engine people's car that industry experts called impossible. That contrarian move created the Volkswagen Beetle platform and generated the cash flow that launched Porsche sports cars. One stubborn idea. Two global empires. Ferdinand Porsche was born in 1875 in Bohemia to a panel beater. No formal engineering degree. No family wealth. Just raw talent and relentless curiosity. According to Encyclopaedia Britannica, he taught himself electrical engineering while working in his father's shop, installing electric lighting as a teenager. By 18, he moved to Vienna, working for electrical firms while studying part-time at Vienna University of Technology. His breakthrough came at Jacob Lohner and Company. In 1898, they hired him to develop electric vehicles. The result was the Lohner Porsche Electromobile, showcased internationally by 1900. But early electric cars taught him a harsh lesson. Brilliant technology means nothing without mass-market economics. That insight drove his career. Chief designer at Austro-Daimler by 1906. Then Steyr. Then Daimler Motoren-Gesellschaft in Stuttgart. After the 1926 Daimler-Benz merger, he joined the board as chief designer. But large firms wanted safe luxury sedans. Porsche wanted efficient cars for ordinary families. In 1929, he resigned. At 56, during the Depression, he opened his own engineering office. Driving HCF Porsche GmbH launched in 1931 with no guaranteed clients. The timing looked suicidal. But Porsche saw what others missed. The next automotive revolution would not come from bigger engines. It would come from radical simplicity. For years, he sketched compact cars with engines in the rear, air cooling instead of water cooling, torsion bar suspension to save parts and cost. Manufacturers showed interest but refused mass production commitments. Then politics created opportunity. But that is not the full picture. The decision that changed everything was still coming. In 1934, Adolf Hitler called for a people's car. The Reich Automotive Industry Association commissioned Porsche to design a family car for 990 Reichsmarks. According to Volkswagen Group archives, established companies doubted the project's economic and technical feasibility. Most would have played it safe with conventional front-engine design. Porsche chose the opposite. Rear engine. Air-cooled. Torsion bar suspension. Every major manufacturer said it was wrong. He said it was the only way to hit the price target. The physics was simple. Rear engine meant better traction, flat interior floor, fewer drivetrain parts. Air cooling eliminated radiators, pumps, coolant systems. Torsion bars replaced bulky leaf springs. Every decision reduced cost and complexity. By 1935, prototypes were running. The backbone chassis, independent suspension, and compact flat-four engine delivered the performance specs. But industry resistance grew. Established manufacturers feared the low-cost car would destroy their margins. Porsche proved his rear-engine theory in the most demanding arena possible. His Auto Union Grand Prix cars dominated racing with mid-mounted engines. Same physics. Weight where traction matters most. The people's car and the race car shared fundamental architecture. By 1938, the KDF wagon was production ready. After the war, It became the Volkswagen Beetle. But first came the greatest test of all. What happened next nearly destroyed everything. War halted civilian production. The Wolfsburg plant built military vehicles. Porsche's office contributed to other wartime projects. When Germany fell, Allied forces occupied Stuttgart. In December 1945, French authorities arrested Ferdinand Porsche on war crime allegations. He spent nearly 20 months imprisoned without trial. At 70, sick and removed from his work, the empire looked finished. Ferry Porsche kept the business alive through design contracts. The breakthrough came from Italian entrepreneur Piero Duccio, who commissioned a Grand Prix car for Cisitalia. The fees enabled Ferry to post bail for his father's release in August 1947. Ferdinand returned to work, but the real surprise was happening at Wolfsburg. Under British administration, Beetle production resumed in 1945. European recovery drove demand. Every Beetle sold validated Porsche's 1934 bet and generated licensing royalties to his engineering office. The rear-engine people's car became a cash engine. Those royalties funded an entirely different business. Ferry Porsche and designer Erwin Kommender built the Type 64 sports coupe using Beetle components during the war. After 1945, they refined it into the Porsche 356. Lightweight aluminum body. Rear-mounted flat engine. Volkswagen mechanical parts for proven reliability and low cost. The first 356 was completed in 1948. Sales grew through the early 1950s. The car earned credibility through racing and delivered a driving experience that matched its engineering purity. Ferdinand lived to see Porsche transform from consultancy to manufacturer. He died in January 1951, but the empire was now self-sustaining. The scale that followed was staggering. Volkswagen expanded worldwide, eventually anchoring one of the largest automotive groups on Earth. The Beetle became one of history's best-selling cars. Porsche evolved from the 356 to the 911 in 1963, still rear-engined because that architecture defined the brand. Porsche expanded into racing dominance, then luxury segments, then SUVs for volume. According to company reports, Porsche produced about 302,750 vehicles in 2024 and generated approximately €40.1 billion in revenue. Volkswagen Group became a global giant. One 1934 decision still echoes through every modern Porsche and Volkswagen platform. The business lessons are direct. First, contrarian architecture unlocks markets when everyone else follows convention. Second, platforms create empires. The Beetle was not just a product but a modular system that could be adapted, mass-produced, and monetized for decades. Third, simplicity scales. Removing complexity reduces cost and increases reliability. Most importantly, one decision can compound for generations. Porsche's rear-engine bet created the Beetle platform. Beetle royalties funded Porsche sports cars. Both brands became global empires because the original architecture was fundamentally sound. This was not luck. It was preparation meeting opportunity. Porsche spent years perfecting rear-engine design before the People's Car Commission arrived. When the moment came, he had the courage to bet everything on physics over convention. Can this work today? Absolutely. Markets still reward radical simplicity over incremental complexity. Platforms still create sustainable competitive advantages. Contrarian bets still unlock massive opportunities when the fundamentals are sound. Ferdinand Porsche built two automotive empires by trusting one stubborn idea that everyone else rejected. The rear-engine people's car bet proved that the biggest opportunities hide behind the word impossible. If you enjoyed learning about this empire builder's journey and you're interested in building your own empire, there's something you need to know. Ferdinand Porsche and 78% of the Forbes 400 use a specific strategy to build massive businesses and multiply their wealth systematically. But here's what most people miss: there's a pattern. A strategy hiding in plain sight. The Forbes 400 know it. They exploit it. They've built fortunes with it. And it's been hidden from mainstream business education for decades. First link in the description reveals what the titans of industry don't talk about publicly. Watch it next. 10 minutes that could change everything.